Episode 56 FC, June 12, 2023. A German building energy law affecting residential wood burning is to be discussed in the Bundestag. Residents against wood smoke emission particulates, see rawsepresidents.wordpress.com and click on the nearest right icon for the latest month, June 2023, of PDFs of articles with URLs to search on. To the right of that, bingo for RASEP, crosswords for RASEP, End Wood Smoke Jeopardy and End Wood Smoke Monopoly games with a RASEP flyer, the Untwisted game, and icon links to 30-minute YouTube videos and Spotify podcasts as well as podcasts on Amazon Music Prime, free for Prime subscribers. Podcasts.google.com, Castbox, and Pocket Cast. Pocket Cast is only free on the phone app. Pocket Cast works on Apple phones. And, below those icons, icon links to monthly PDFs of articles with URLs to search on, from May 2023 to May 2022. Canada, Ontario, Toronto. Correction of episode 56 FB June 11, 2023, Doug Ford is Ontario Premier, not Toronto Mayor. https://toronto.citynews.ca/2023/06/08/Ontario-man-charged-for-during-ban-wildfires. Belligerent Ontario man charged for starting fire during active ban. OPP alleged a person at the residence was belligerent and upset at fire department members because they couldn't have a fire during the ban. Posted June 8, 2023. Excerpts edited by RASEP for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, charged a man having a backyard fire in northeastern Ontario during an active fire ban. OPP said its East Algoma detachment was called to assist a local fire department at a residence in the town of Blind River, Ontario. It's alleged a person at the residence was belligerent and upset at fire department because he couldn't have a fire during the ban. Natural Resources and Forestry Minister Graydon Smith confirmed there are fire restrictions in most of the Ontario's eastern, central, northeast, and northwest regions. Municipalities can impose fire bans as warranted. Police said the 35-year-old man of Blind River, Ontario, was charged with unlawfully starting a fire in a restricted fire zone. Related, when can we expect wildfire smoke to clear out of the GTA? There will be zero tolerance for any open-air burning, including campfires, during the current restricted fire zone, and we will continue to support our local fire departments. OPP said. Having a fire during a restricted fire zone carries an $880 fine under the Forest Fires Prevention Act. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has urged residents to avoid having campfires and be cautious around open flames. A province-wide fire ban is not yet in effect. Toronto is one of the many Canadian cities experiencing smoke from wildfires in Ontario and Quebec. Australia. The Guardian. June 9, 2023. Smoke in the air as Australia's fire crews prepare for the return of El Niño. Climate change has lengthened fire seasons and limited chances for hazard reduction burns, leaving authorities racing the clock before risky weather hits. June 9, 2023. Last week, people living around Darwin and Brisbane could see and smell the smoke in the air. It's an experience that will be mirrored across the country in the coming weeks as fire authorities and land managers carry out hundreds of controlled burns. Excerpts edited by RASEP for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. Climate change has already lengthened Australia's fire seasons, with higher temperatures driving an increase in riskier fire weather. In New South Wales, the Rural Fire Service, NSWRFS, and partner agencies have managed 58,591 hectares of controlled burns since last July to protect 93,523 properties, just 20% of what was proposed. Hazard reduction burns can leave Burns since last July to protect 93,523 properties, just 20% of what was proposed. Hazard reduction burns can leave Australia's major cities and beaches blanketed in smoke, which is terrifying for those with asthma. But 33,000 of those hectares were burned in the last month. Last week, 6,876 hectares of burns were earmarked around the Blue Mountains, Tenterfield, Coffs Harbour, the far south coast and Gunnedah. People won't have been smelling the smoke for the last few years, says an inspector of the NSWRFS. But as soon as opportunity's present, we need to get in there ahead of the next fire season. In Western Australia, planned burns usually occur from April to November in the south of the state and from March to June in the north. Kenya. https://www.viewmearth/petition/hands-off-our-forests.t lift the ban on logging public community forests in Kenya FBC lit equals. 2. Soipan Tuya, the Cabinet Secretary, Environment, Climate Change and Forestry. Hands off our forests. Don't lift the ban on logging public and community forests in Kenya. June 2023. In just 1 month, the Kenyan government is set to fully lift the ban on logging our forests in July 2023, after imposing it 6 years ago. This decision will allow sawmillers to harvest mature trees from both public and community forests, which could result in devastating consequences to our environment in this crucial time of the climate crisis. After Kenya surpassed its 10% minimum tree cover target in June 2022, lifting the ban will only undo all the significant progress we have made, by opening these community forests to commercial and illegal logging, hell-bent on clearing our forests for profit. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. The Kenyan government is putting profit over its people and nature by lifting this ban. Only a few months ago Kenya, in February 2023, approved the export of Adansonia digitata baobab from Kilifi, Kenya to Georgia, USA. An indigenous species native to Africa. As much as Kenya setting a target of 15 billion trees to be planted by 2032 seems like a step in the right direction, addressing the climate crisis not only lies in the planting of new tree seedlings, but also maintaining our existing trees. The negative impact of cutting down mature trees outweighs the positive impact of planting new trees. We must urge the Kenyan government to stop the lifting of the ban on logging. Sign the petition and join me in sending a strong stance to Soipan Tuya, the Cabinet Secretary, Environment, Climate Change and Forestry that we will not stand by and watch as our forests get destroyed. Source: https://www.the-star.co.ke/news/real-time/2023-04-16-government-to-harvest-mature-trees-from-July says PS-PMS moratorium on logging forests. https://www.researchgate.net/figure/2-baobab-a-fig/2-fig/fig5_fig_fig_fig_fig_fig_fig_fig_fig to Africa. https://kenyanwallstreet.com/government-approves-export-of-baobab-trees Kenyan government approves export of baobab. http://kenyalaw.org/kl/fileadmin/pdf downloads/x/2016/no._34_of_2016.pdf Forest Act 2016. https://www.standardmedia.co.ke/national/article/2001447088/Kenya-makes-strides-and-tree-and-forest cover Kenya surpasses minimum forest cover. https://us.eia.org/wp-content/uploads/2022/055/EIA_Mali_Timber_Final.pdf Illegal exportation of timber in Mali. https://www.theasdafrican.co.auctions-30-oil-blocks-amid-environmentalists-warning-3895480 auctioning off oil blocks in DRC. https://www.citizen.digital/news/government-bans-logging-191860 Kenya bans logging of forests. https://www.the-star.co.ke/news/2023-04-07-state-targets-to-dash-plant-6-0-3-million-trees this-rainy season Kenya target 15 billion trees by 2032. News about wood burning. United States. Minnesota. Duluth could be home to first public floating sauna in U.S. Duluth News-Tribune. Stones and a wooden guard surround the wood-burning stove in the group sauna at Cedar and Stone Nordic Sauna. Jed Carlson/Superior Telegram. Cedar, Montana. The Unabomber's cabin in the Montana woods was stocked with bombs and ammo when he, MSN. His brother fired him and Ted Kaczynski soon returned to the wilderness to continue plotting his vengeful killing spree. What was inside? On April 3. The Unabomber's cabin in the Montana woods was stocked with bombs and ammo when he, MSN. The cabin had no access to electricity or running water and Kaczynski relied on a wood-burning stove for heating and to cook. Kaczynski also kept a New York. Lessons New Yorkers can learn from Delhi amid unprecedented air pollution. India.com. Wearing high-quality face masks. Experts recommend wearing high-quality PM2.5 masks when venturing outside the home. Canada, Ontario, Elmigan. Fire prevention tips in Elmigan, North Bay. Nipissing News. There's no open burning of any kind, so even if you have a wood-burning sauna, hot tub or anything, that's not acceptable. Charcoal barbecues are. We can't tell you to not burn in your wood stove inside your home, but we would rather you not if you don't have to, said Hafner. Our solar lights / Canada, Ontario, Ottawa. Sunday's air quality still low risk, rain in the forecast. MSN. The fine particulate matter in wood smoke can be inhaled deeply into the lungs and even enter the bloodstream, causing respiratory problems. Canada, Ontario, Toronto. Wildfire pollution can cause headaches, skin irritation. City News Toronto. The one group of pollutants we think most about are particulate matter 2.5, PM2.5, and those are the very tiny particulates that can not only Canada, Yukon Territory. Yukonomist, would heat makes a comeback. Yukon News. The school received a new $2.3 million heating system powered by biomass, which will replace some of the fossil propane burned by the school's furnace. The first is the cost of biomass heat compared to propane. Let's look at upfront costs first. That 65,000 liters is about the same as 30 homes burning. Europe. Germany, the Globe Echo. Rosep View. Why would a Green Party member in Germany be fond of his own wood pellet heating system if this German legislation to stop residential wood stove use states clearly that wood burning produces more CO2 than coal burning? Aside from the fact that CO2 hastens climate change, it is not mentioned in this article that wood burning emits more particulates than coal burning and 450 times more particulates than natural gas burning. Coal and natural gas are fossil fuels, yet they are less polluting with CO2 and particulates than wood burning. Heat pumps are infinitely less polluting than wood burning. The definition of cozy should not include, to rational and knowledgeable people, breathing in pollution, or promoting breathing in pollution by families and near neighbors. Wood smoke is 90% PM2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Hopefully the German government is concerned about the cost to human health of wood burning, as well as the cost to the climate. The wood stove industry in Germany makes clear in this article that the industry is concerned with economic costs to their industry, if there is a shift in Germany to clean energy for heating homes. For instance, the representative of the wood-burning industry argues that heat pumps are too expensive, when it is known that heat pumps are so efficient that they bring down heating bills more than any other form of home heating appliance. It is odd that wood-burning stoves can communicate with Alexa how much CO2 they emit, but not how much PM2.5 they emit. According to this article, PM2.5 levels are not communicated to Alexa, although that could easily be done if CO2 levels are communicated. Perhaps levels of PM2.5 emitted by wood burning can be communicated to Alexa, but that fact is not mentioned in this article. PM2.5 particulate levels can certainly be detected by PM2.5 monitors placed in the yards of near neighbors of residential wood burners, and that data is automatically placed on PM2.5 monitor online maps, with that data available for download by the general public, including those near neighbors most affected by wood burning. Heating dispute: do pellet stoves still have a future? Globe Echo. Globe Echo. For them, heating with wood and wood pellets is practical. There are more than 11 million fireplaces and wood-burning stoves nationwide. Heating dispute: do pellet stoves still have a future? Germany. June 11, 2023. The federal government wants to make heating with pellet stoves more difficult. But in the traffic light, the future of wood fuel is controversial. For affected companies, the hanging section is a burden. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. Today, some wood stoves can communicate how much carbon dioxide each emits. This is the new reality. Today, ovens can also talk to Alexa. The Industrial Association for House, Heating and Kitchen Technology, which Wadcat also heads, assumes that there are more than 11 million fireplaces and wood-burning stoves nationwide. This means that every fourth household in Germany would have such an oven, which does not mean that everyone is in operation. The numbers match those of the Nature Conservation Union, NABU. What NABU sees critically is not only the high consumption, millions of tons of wood are burned every year, and soon the wood from local forests will no longer be enough, also because the industry is increasingly relying on wood burning. The result is increasing imports, which is bad for forests elsewhere. In addition, it is questioned whether it is an environmentally friendly heating medium at all. Heating with wood emits more CO2 than with conventional energy sources such as coal or gas. The Federal Environment Ministry argues similarly. What the government is planning so far. In the draft for the Building Energy Law, which has been passed by the federal cabinet and is to be discussed for the first time in the Bundestag before the summer break, it was originally intended to make the installation of pellet heating systems subject to conditions in the future. For example, by prescribing the combination with other, more environmentally friendly technologies. A pure ban is not planned. While the Greens are mainly sticking to the planned tightening, there are demands from the SPD and FDP to continue to allow pellet heating without conditions. The Greens member of the Bundestag Harald Ebner from Schwabisch Hall pointed out in SWR that existing heating systems may remain in place under the planned law. It is also not intended that existing pellet stoves will have to be retrofitted. Ebner himself has grown fond of his own pellet heating system. He finally wants to discuss the present draft in the Bundestag instead of changing it beforehand. The Bundestag member Nina Warken from the opposition CDU, on the other hand, calls for the draft law to be revised beforehand. Like the FDP within the governing coalition, she argues with technology openness. A term that is often used by the pellet pioneer Christian Wadke from Tübingen. Pellet heating versus heat pump? She wants one thing above all: clarity. As an entrepreneur, she can no longer wait to see what the federal government is planning with pellet heating systems. It also lacks the balance between economy and ecology. Christian Wadke has nothing against heat pumps, they make sense, especially in new builds, but are too expensive for existing buildings. Therefore, the technologies could complement each other. It has to be a healthy mix, says the company boss. And a wood heating system can do one thing like no other: provide cozy warmth. China. Chennai's PM 2.5 level 4.8 times above normal, study. Times of India. The city's annual PM 2.5 levels are 4.8 times higher than normal and have been at hazardous levels for 306 days, 83.6%, in a year, says a study. India. Hyderabad ranks worst in air pollution in South India, says Greenpeace report. Times of India. With PM 2.5 levels at an alarming 8.2 times more than the safe levels as prescribed by the World Health Organization, Hyderabad is the most air. Hyderabad tops South India cities in alarming air pollution levels. Times Now. Times Now. According to the report, the annual average concentration of PM 2.5 in Hyderabad stands at 40.91 Ug/m3, while Bengaluru records 29.01 Ug/m3, and India, Kashmir. Kashmir is disputed territory between India, Pakistan, and China. Excerpts edited by Razep for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. The Government of India refers to the territory under Pakistan control, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK. The Government of Pakistan refers to the portion of Kashmir administered by India as Indian-occupied Kashmir, IOK, or Indian-held Kashmir, IHK. The terms India-administered Kashmir and Pakistan-administered Kashmir are often used by neutral sources for the parts of the Kashmir region controlled by each country. Air pollution and J&K's fragile ecosystem. Greater Kashmir. Greater Kashmir. Dust and smoke has enveloped the otherwise soothing atmosphere of J&K, snowmobiles, ATVs, and wood burning for residential heating. Indonesia. Jakarta air pollution worsens, little progress after 2021 ruling. The Jakarta Post. With 67 micrograms per cubic meter, G/m3, of PM 2.5 pollutants, 13.4 times higher than the 5 micrograms per cubic meter that the World Health Organization, WHO. Pakistan, Lahore. A plan not good enough. Newspaper, Dawn.com. Dawn. For instance, it aims at reducing particulate matter, PM 2.5, by 38% by the year 2030. The deadline has no chance since no financial. Excerpts edited by Razep for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. A plan not good enough. The growing air pollution in Lahore often gets a mention in media reports, but there have been no concrete steps. Recently, the government launched its National Clean Air Policy, which has a lot of words that mean nothing. For instance, it aims at reducing particulate matter, PM 2.5, by 38% by the year 2030. The deadline has no chance since no financial outlook has been worked out. The current plan is just not good or practical enough to bring about a worthy change. World. Polluted air, a daily danger for almost the entire planet. The Saxon. The Saxon. Fine particles, sometimes called PM 2.5, are airborne particles or droplets of 2.5 microns or less, much smaller than a human hair. New York had the worst air quality in the world on Wednesday. Thick, smoky air from Canadian wildfires has caused days of misery in New York City and across the northeastern United States this week. But for much of the rest of the world, breathing dangerously polluted air is an inescapable fact of life and death. Virtually the entire planet breathes air that, at least occasionally, exceeds the limits set by the World Health Organization, WHO, for air quality. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates. Warrior Moms in India is a network of mothers who campaign for clean air and climate action in a country with some of the most harmful air in the world. Last year, 9 of the 10 cities with the highest annual fine particulate matter averages were in Asia, including 6 in India, according to air quality firm IQ Air. Fine particles, sometimes called PM 2.5, are 2.5 micrometers. These particles can penetrate deep into the lungs and cause eye, nose, throat, and lung irritation, and affect heart function. Last year, Lahore, Pakistan, had the highest average concentration of fine particles in the world, with almost 100 micrograms per cubic meter of air. For comparison, New York City's concentration hit 303 at some point on Wednesday. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency exposure standard is no more than 35 micrograms per day, and 12 micrograms average annually. For the past 2 years, New York's annual average has been less than or equal to 10. Fireworks lit during the Hindu festival of Diwali add to the haze, resulting in coughs, headaches, flight delays, and traffic jams on highways. The government sometimes asks residents to work from home or carpool, some schools go online, and families who can afford it turn to air conditioning. Many developing or newly industrialized countries, such as those in Africa, suffer from increased air pollution from the use of solid fuels, such as wood, for cooking and baking and heating. Wood burning produces more CO2 and PM 2.5 than coal burning. Coal burning. In Jakarta, capital of Indonesia, the world's 4th most populous country, power plants are responsible for much of the pollution. Indonesia is also one of the largest coal producers in the world. In 2021, an Indonesian court ruled that leaders neglected the rights of citizens to clean air and ordered them to improve the situation. Beijing residents wear breathing masks as a thick blanket of smog blankets the Chinese capital. China is still the largest producer and consumer of coal in the world, but almost none is consumed at street level. The average PM 2.5 rate in Beijing in 2013, which was 89.5, well above the standard of 10 set by the WHO, fell to 58 in 2017 and stands today. Today around 30. China has only one city, Hotan, in the unenviable list of the 10 cities in the world with the most air pollution. Mexico City's 9 million people, 22 million including the suburbs, rarely see a day when air pollution levels are considered acceptable. Every year, air pollution is responsible for nearly 9,000 deaths in Mexico City. The situation is usually worse when farmers burn their fields to prepare for planting. Wood smoke pollution and human health. Myeloid-specific SIRT6 deletion resists airway inflammation, COPD. Dove Medical Press. Dove Medical Press. Purpose: particulate matter, PM 2.5, is a common risk factor for airway inflammation. Alveolar macrophages play a critical role in airway